Right now, someone in your life has a strategy, and you are not supposed to know it exists. And before you think you already know where this is going, I am not going to talk about gaslighting. I am not going to talk about love bombing. You have heard those words 100 times. What I am going to give you today are the four things that are actually running on you right now. The ones that do not have a popular name yet. The ones you have felt your entire life but never had words for. Stay with me until the end, because the last one is the one that is going to make you rethink every relationship you have ever been in. The heat and cold trap. One day they are warm, attentive. They text back immediately. They are present and kind, and you feel safe with them. The next day, nothing. Cold, distant, short answers or no answer at all. You did not do anything different. Nothing changed on your side, but something shifted in them, and you have no idea what. And here is the part that should disturb you. Scientists call this intermittent reinforcement, and it is the exact same psychological mechanism that makes gambling addictive. A slot machine does not pay out every time. If it did, you would get bored and walk away. If it never paid out, you would walk away. But because it pays out unpredictably, sometimes your brain becomes obsessed with pulling the lever. That hot and cold person in your life is the slot machine. And every time they are suddenly warm again, after days of cold, your brain releases a dopamine spike larger than if they had just been consistently kind the whole time. Your brain does not register this as pain. It registers it as a reward. It gets addicted to the cycle. This is why you cannot leave. Not because you are weak, because your nervous system has been chemically wired to stay. Moving the goalposts. You apologized, exactly the way they asked. You changed the behavior they complained about. You gave more time, more effort, more patience than you had. And then the standard changed. It was not enough that you apologized. You apologized too late. It was not enough that you changed. You should have changed sooner. It was not enough that you showed up. You should have shown up differently. Every time you reach the bar moves. And you never notice it moving because it moves slowly, an inch at a time, just enough to keep you believing that if you try a little harder, you will finally be enough for them. You will not, because the goal was never for you to reach the bar. The goal was to keep you running toward it forever. That one keeps you exhausted, but the next one does something worse. It makes you feel like you cannot even hold them accountable. Weaponized vulnerability. Early in the relationship, they opened up to you, real pain, real trauma, things they said they had never told anyone else. And you felt honored. You felt trusted. You felt close in a way that felt rare and important. But watch what happens the moment you try to address something they did to hurt you. The moment you try to hold them accountable for anything. That same pain comes out as a shield. You know what I have been through. You know how hard everything already is for me. And you are doing this to me right now. Suddenly your concern is an attack on a wounded person. And what kind of person attacks someone who is already suffering? You back down. You apologize. You take care of them instead of yourself. Their trauma became a get-out-of-jail-free card that has no expiration date. And every time you tried to use your voice, they play it. Covert contracts. This is the one nobody names, and it is the one that has probably already happened to you multiple times today. A covert contract is an agreement you never agreed to. Someone decides in their own head silently that if they do something for you, you owe them something back. They never tell you this. They never ask. They just do the thing. And then they wait, and they collect. They helped you move, so now you owe them your time whenever they need it. They checked in on you when you were going through something hard. So now you are not allowed to set boundaries with them. They were there for you once, and that once is a debt that never gets paid off. And when you do not pay, when you set a boundary, when you say no, when you are not available, they do not say, "I feel hurt." They say, "After everything I have done for you," they say, "I would never treat you the way you treat me." They say, "I guess I know where I stand." That language is not pain. That language is a bill. And the cruelest part? You genuinely feel guilty because they did do those things. They were there. It just never occurred to you that there was a price attached because they never told you. Here is what all four of these have in common. None of them require the other person to be a villain. Most of the people doing this, the hot and cold, the moving goalposts, the weaponized vulnerability, the covert contracts, most of them are not sitting in a dark room plotting against you. They learn these patterns from their own childhoods, from their own wounds, from the people who did it to them first. That does not make it okay. But it does mean that recognizing it is not about deciding they are a bad person. It is about deciding what you are going to do with the information. Because now you have the words. And the moment you have the words, the pattern loses its power over you. If this one made you think of someone specific, share it with one person who needs to hear it, not to start a fight just so they have the words too. Subscribe because the next episode goes even deeper, and you are not going to want to miss it.